Chapter 7, Homo neanderthalensis. As the Pleistocene progressed, a new figure emerged on the scene, Homo neanderthalensis. These close relatives of Homo erectus had evolved to adapt to the cold climates of Eurasia. In the frozen plains and forests, Homo neanderthalensis stood as living testaments to human adaptation to extreme climates. Their robust bodies, shaped by natural selection over generations, were true strengths in the fight against the biting cold. The anatomy of Neanderthals revealed evolutionary mastery, with powerful torsos housing muscles developed to generate internal heat in the frigid expanses of Europe and Western Asia. Each of his steps echoed on the hard earth, while his limbs, skillfully adapted, traced a choreographed dance with the relentless nature. The hands, with short, strong fingers, exhibited incredible dexterity when manipulating tools and objects in the midst of snow and biting wind. Their feet, firmly planted on the frozen ground, displayed adaptations to conserve heat and ensure efficient mobility on slippery terrain. In this hostile environment, each anatomical detail became a testimony to the tenacity of Homo neanderthalensis, marking their presence in a constant struggle against the elements and the relentless challenges of the Pleistocene. On the vast plains of the Pleistocene, Homo neanderthalensis displayed its exceptional hunting capacity with a mastery that defied the limits of human endurance. These formidable hunters, gifted with impressive muscular strength and unwavering stamina, embarked on epic pursuits of large prey over astonishing distances. The steady rhythm of their footsteps echoed across the plain, mixing with the wind that rustled through the tall grasses, creating a hunting symphony that echoed across the ancient land. On these long hunting trips, Homo neanderthalensis took advantage of their deep knowledge of the terrain and ambush tactics. They glided through the undergrowth with silent dexterity, their movements synchronized with the dance of shadows cast by the moonlight. The prey, oblivious to the imminent danger, became the object of a masterful chase, while the Neanderthals weaved coordinated strategies to approach stealthily. At the climax of the hunt, Homo neanderthalensis deployed their tools with mastery. The spears, carefully carved and balanced, became extensions of his own arms. The flint knives, finely crafted with years of experience and skill, glistened in the moonlight as they sliced through the air with surgical precision. Each movement was a careful choreography of skill and power, a deadly dance between hunter and prey in the vastness of ancient nature. The construction of these tools was an act of skill and patience. Homo neanderthalensis carefully selected the most suitable stones, expertly carving and shaping spears and knives with sharp edges, like the bite of the winter wind. Each tool carried with it the history of its manufacture, the accumulated experience of generations that refined hunting technology to perfection. In the darkness of the night, Neanderthals forged not only hunting instruments, but extensions of their own existence, which gave them an advantage in hunting and fighting beasts, in this tough fight for survival in the era of the Pleistocene. The language of Homo neanderthalensis was a primitive but effective form of communication. Through grunts, gestures and vocalizations, they transmitted information about hunting, the migration routes of herbivores and the dangers that lurked in their environment. This rudimentary language allowed them to cooperate in family groups and tribes, sharing knowledge essential for survival. As Homo neanderthalensis and Homo erectus met, they were not only simple crossroads, but points of cultural and technological convergence in the midst of imposing nature. When these two branches of human evolution met in their migrations, threads of exchange were woven that would resonate through generations. In those ephemeral moments, contacts occurred that went beyond superficial differences, exploring the fundamental similarities they shared on their journey through the Pleistocene. In the painted landscapes, Homo neanderthalensis and Homo erectus exchanged not only words and tools, but the very essence of their adaptation to the environment. Sometimes, the diversity of approaches to environmental challenges generated conflicts, but it also gave rise to a dance of mutual learning. They shared hunting techniques, survival methods, and discoveries about the natural world around them. This exchange not only influenced their ability to adapt to different environments, but also left traces on their respective cultural and technological identities, sculpting the course of their evolution in the fabrics of Pleistocene history. The Pleistocene landscape, at this time, was marked by lush forests, extensive plains and frozen lands. Mammoths and woolly bison dominated the plains, while Homo neanderthalensis expertly hunted these prehistoric giants. Rivers and lakes provided sources of food and water, and forests were home to a rich diversity of flora and fauna. Despite their differences, Homo neanderthalensis and Homo erectus shared certain similarities in their daily lives. Both groups were nomadic, following herds of prey and migrating seasonally to take advantage of available resources. This way of life allowed them to maintain a balance in their environment and avoid excessive exploitation of natural resources. Homo neanderthalensis had developed a deep understanding of the nature around them. They recognized the medicinal properties of certain plants and minerals, which allowed them to treat wounds and diseases. They also practiced rituals and ceremonies, burying their dead with offerings and symbols that reflected their spiritual understanding of the world. Starry nights were moments of wonder and reflection for Homo neanderthalensis. They observed the constellations and created myths and legends that explained the mysteries of the universe. Their oral narratives transmitted knowledge and teachings to future generations, creating a deep connection between the past and the present. Cooperation and solidarity were fundamental values in the society of Homo neanderthalensis. They cared for the youngest and oldest members of the tribe, recognizing the importance of experience and wisdom in the survival of the community. Hunting and gathering were done in groups, and the fair distribution of resources strengthened social bonds. The Pleistocene, at this point, witnessed the coexistence of two branches of human evolution, Homo erectus and Homo neanderthalensis. Each group brought its own set of skills and knowledge to the fight for survival in an unpredictable and challenging world. Human diversity was a testament to the species' ability to adapt and thrive in a variety of environments and conditions. Homo neanderthalensis represented a different branch of human evolution in the Pleistocene. Their unique adaptations allowed them to survive in the cold and challenging climates of Europe and Western Asia. As they shared and competed with Homo erectus, the foundations of human diversity were forged in a constantly changing world.